Now, a lot of people talking about the Errol Spence versus Manny Pacquiao, especially the mass media, the machine. And you know the machine and the mass media really doesn't know how to, they don't know how to really break down boxing. They really don't follow boxing like that. They only follow when the fight is promoted and they're about to, fight. It's like people pay attention to boxing like twice a year, especially the mass media, because they don't follow boxing the way they do. They usually don't know the boxing records, the boxing resumes and opponents and things of that nature. So you can't go by. I know that Errol Spence has been going on in the promotion after the fight. He's been going on speaking to Undisputed and been going to Marcellus and Wilcock and things of that nature, and ESPN and Fox. But a lot of people they don't really follow boxing, so it's really hard to even have an interview and Errol Spence might be saying something that they really don't understand. But of course, everybody knows Manny Pacquiao. So of course, when a fighter says he want to fight Manny Pacquiao, they can engage in that conversation because a lot of people know Manny Pacquiao. A lot of casuals know Manny Pacquiao. So yes, a lot of people talking about Errol Spence versus Manny Pacquiao, and it's good for the individual business, and it's good for the individual brand and ventures and things of that nature. You understand? But for PBC and Al Haymon, he needs to work with all his clients. He needs to work, especially in the welterweight division, when you got top welterweights like Porter and Keith Thurman and Errol Spence and Ugas and Danny Garcia. One thing that, I've been critical about Al Haymon for a long time, but one thing about Al Haymon, he knows how to manage his fighters and fighters like Al Haymon. He knows how to strategically move the pieces so he could keep his fighters happy. And I'm gonna give you for it. And I'm Lamar Peterson was the WBA regular champion, and of course, you actually become a mandatory to the Super WBA champion, which is Keith Thurman. Errol Spence was being offered from Golden Boy to fight Cotto, which he, ain't want to fight Miguel Cotto and have a chance to become a 2-division champion at 154. So what do? Knowing that Keith Thurman was going to have a surgery and was going to be out and was going to have a layoff, Al Haymon made Lamar Peterson drop his WBA belt, drop him in from his position for having a title fight with Keith Thurman, but yet give him a chance to have a title fight with the IBF versus Errol Spence. It's the way he moved the pieces that gives, his fighters opportunity. Even when you think he lost the opportunity, he still gained an opportunity. Just like Ugas. Ugas was ranked in the IBF. Ugas fought 2 eliminators to get a shot to the for the IBF belt. He was in position to fight Errol Spence. But they gave, when he fought Lamar Peterson a contract, it said you're going to have to face your IBF. It said you're going to have to face your mandatory. So here comes Ocampo out of nowhere. But he didn't stress out his fighters. He moved into the WBC ranking, and he gets a fight with Sean Porter. Sean Porter gets a fight with Danny Garcia for the WBC. Made Keith Thurman drop his belt and give these guys a chance. So then it keeps everybody in the loop. You understand what I'm saying? It keeps Al Haymon knows how to work that magic. And it looks like everybody in the PBC banner, these welterweight, where you think that they really hitting each other, they actually works among each other. It's actually they do business with each other. Al Haymon explains a strategic move, which in the end of the day puts everybody in some kind of a win-win situation. When I mean about a win-win situation, it puts them in a situation where your stock is not going to drop. And if it's going to drop, it might drop this little tiny bit. And that's what a manager's supposed to do. That's what a manager and advisor is supposed to do. Of course, he got to look out for his clients. He's not looking out for the fans. People got it twisted. Al Haymon is not here for the fans. He's here for his clients. He's here to make them have a luxury, a great career, and move on forward with your life. Now, if PBC and Al Haymon is going to keep doing what they do for the best interest of his fighters and the best interest for the brand, and everybody is in, got their hands all in the plan. People that's talking about Errol Spence versus Manny Pacquiao, I don't believe it's going to happen because it won't make sense for the brand to keep everybody level up. Because right now, of course, Errol Spence got this hype. He's in every mass media and casual platform, which is good for Errol Spence, and it's good to keep him up there high. He especially just came off a successful pay-per-view versus Mikey Garcia, another good name. And of course, his stock didn't drop. The only way you keep these guys on the same level, you just can't have one guy that the media is talking about as impressive. You got to have 2 or 3 guys so we can actually see the mega fight. One guy don't make a mega fight, it takes 2. So the best thing they could do, especially right now, is put Keith Thurman to fight Manny Pacquiao. Keith Thurman fights Manny Pacquiao in a pay-per-view event. And let's say Keith Thurman beats Manny Pacquiao. And I mean, in my opinion, Keith Thurman just can't beat him in a 12-round foul. Keith Thurman has to end Manny Pacquiao's career. Stoppage, KO. And it will shoot Keith Thurman right back up into the mix. That people's kind of like, is cloudy over Keith Thurman. They actually losing confidence over Keith Thurman. They're actually losing interest. You can hear it in the broadcast. You can hear it on the radio. You can hear it on the podcast. You can hear it. You can hear it from a lot of boxing quote unquote analysts. They losing interest on Keith Thurman because they're trying to build the Bud and the Spence to be the mega fight. But PBC has an obligation to keep all his fighters. Al Haymon has to keep all his fighters, and they understand that if you fight in the PBC banner and you fight, with each other, there's more money. There's more money to be made. The pot is good for everybody else when you fight amongst the same, the same brand. So it'll be smart for Al Haymon to put Keith Thurman versus Manny Pacquiao. And also and it fits the storyline. Young Lion versus Old Lion. It fits the storyline. Now, if Manny Pacquiao go and take that fight, I believe Manny Pacquiao, in his mind, probably have, especially while everybody's talking, and Keith Thurman hasn't really blown anybody away. I think Manny Pacquiao would be confident to fight Keith Thurman, but the build-up got to be real good. I believe Keith Thurman versus Manny Pacquiao July 26th sounds good in the T-Mobile Arena. I said it first, maybe. And then you got Errol Spence having a unification bout, since he haven't had one. A unification bout versus Sean Porter, where Sean Porter don't lose. Sean Porter's shot goes up. And of course, he hasn't been successful with the numbers and haven't been successful in the arena appearances. He needs his value to go back up, because the way they promoted his fight, for real, in my opinion, they did a bad job. PBC did a bad job promoting Sean Porter versus old guys. Welterweight championship bout that should have got a lot of attention, but it didn't. But with Sean Porter versus Errol Spence, and I believe in the build-up, because I'm gonna tell you like this. And everybody knows that there is no easy fight with Sean Porter. Whether you like his style, whether you don't, there is no easy fight with Sean Porter. Errol Spence and Keith Thurman and Manny Pacquiao, everybody knows that. So you could build up that fight. Kenny Porter's is gonna talk a lot to promote this fight. Gonna convince a couple of other people. And he's gonna promote his amateur background when he beat Andrade, when he beat Jacobs and things of that nature. So it's gonna build up. They're gonna build up that they really didn't beat Keith Thurman. They really didn't lose 2 bats to Keith Thurman. It was a close fight with Danny Garcia. He beat him. So they're gonna build. It could be a good fight. Let's say Errol Spence beat Sean Porter, WBC title. Let's see Keith Thurman beats Manny Pacquiao. Boom! Everybody gonna be talking about Keith Thurman and Errol Spence once again as the mega fight. And that needs to happen with PBC. You can't have Errol Spence fighting Manny Pacquiao. Then you're gonna really, really shoot Errol Spence too high that nobody really gonna be talking about no Keith Thurman. Everybody's just gonna stick to the Bud Crawford, because they're gonna move him in a different way. Bud Crawford's gonna fight a good name, Amir Khan. Then there's no reason really for people to be like, it's just going to be too lopsided in how people think. Because right now it is getting too lopsided with Errol Spence being above the Keith Thurman and the Sean Porter. Where it shouldn't be like that. But hey, like I said, the machine works, the media machine works, and it's actually dictating the narrative right now. So if PBC needs Keith Thurman to fight Manny Pacquiao, Keith Thurman needs to be Manny Pacquiao. Sean Porter, Spence, that will be a quality fight. And if it beat him real good, I could put Sean Porter as number one because he beat Kelbrook. He beat Sean Porter. Yes, Keith Thurman beat Sean Porter. Then you can see it as a half-half. Then it's like a real toss-up, earning-wise. Not I like this guy style, but no. You got to give him the props. Still, boom. Then he become unified champion. Keith Thurman been a unified champion. Keith Thurman said he wants his belt. Boom. Errol Spence be like, oh, come and get your belt. If this is really your belt, come and get it. Boom. 2020 Errol Spence versus Keith Thurman. It's going to be a mega fight. And that's the way PBC needs to play his cards. Let me know what you think.